my ever faithful companion and comrade, Father Jasper, Father Vic, who is an additional to the usual troika here before you every time we celebrate. With all our masks on, I would also like to clarify, because there have been reactions from the Tineblas that was replayed starting this morning, and they might ask, why are they not wearing masks? So palihog butangi lang unya og indication dito nga that this was a recorded, this is a replay, meaning to say wala pa'y pandemic. Kay dihay pangutana nga hala gaduol wala lagi mo kuan no nya gabisa mo nagmask, no? So just to clarify para ko ano, in any way ko man siguro ta kadawat og summons in any way. This is one way of getting into the vein and the nerve of what the Paschal mystery or the Paschal Triduum is all about. It is not the cumbersome celebrations that we are always doing, but there is always a joy despite the cumbersomeness of it. Although this year we would not be having all those intricate details as expected, but it still remains as the very mystery and the very celebration that we are habitually doing. Early this morning, I was so overjoyed when I heard the knack and wisdom of Father Jerry Orbos when he gave a definition of what is supposed to be the attitude or the ambience of our Holy Week, the second in a row during this pandemic crisis. Niingon siya, after all, when you attend either in person, because that's very limited, or virtually, this is what the ECQ means. No? According to him, it is experiencing Christ quietly. No? I was so overjoyed when I heard that. But I don't want to imitate him. He has his own way of expressing things. I would rather zero in myself on 3 letter E's for our reflection. Since this is a Triduum, we are just celebrating for today the first of the 3 parts. So there are 3 E's also that I would like to begin with. And these 3 E's has something to do with grounding and hopefully experiencing and understanding at the same time, quietly, or with the spirit that actually is required with reflection and meditation on the very mystery that we are being caught up into. Okay, the 3 E's that I would like to explore and reflect with you are the following. The first E is for Exodus. The second E is for example. And the third E is Eucharist. What is common among these 3 words are they are foreign words. They are not really English words. They are Greek words. First, Exodus. This actually stems from or comes from the first reading today, which is the setting or the setup of our own Christian Paschal celebration. Because when we talk about Pasch or Paschal, that has something to do with what the first reading today has narrated to us about the going out of the people of Israel from the slavery in Egypt. And that is actually the title of the book, the second book in the scriptures, Exodus, ex-hodus. Okay, literally means out of the way. Okay, so that is the exit. But what is the significance of this very event in the life, not only of the people, the chosen people of God, of Israel, but also for us Christians? This is very significant because right from the first reading today, we heard that God commanded that this celebration shall be in perpetuity. No? Nga walay kinutuban hangtod sa kahangturan. In fact, there is an interesting data that is attached to this experience because after or during the celebration of the Passover or the Paschal, of the passing over of the people, God told Moses that the calendar of the Jewish people will be changed. Today, in this month, it becomes the first month of the year. And this is the biggest celebration there is. And this Passover has something to do with the very intricate details that even we Christians are actually experiencing in the Eucharistic celebration. For example, Jesus made it a point to offer himself as the lamb of sacrifice, just as the Paschal lamb was sacrificed on the Paschal event, on the very event itself. In fact, within this week or around this time, kay ang kalendaryo manggod sa mga Hudiyo dili fix, dili pa diha sa ato. But if you even notice, di ba lain-lain ang panahon sa atong pagsaulog sa mga seasons, no? So niini pong panahon na nagsaulog pud sila sa ilahang Pesach, no? Sa ilahang Passover. And that's basically a beautiful connection that we have. We are continuing or making an interesting what we call pathway towards eternity. What God had commanded in or to the people of Israel through Moses, that this celebration shall be celebrated in perpetuity. What is at the heart of the Exodus? It is salvation. It is the redemption that not only the people of Israel experienced and lived up to this time until eternity, but also of our own salvation through the suffering, passion, death, and resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ, who actually belongs to the chosen people as well. That's the reason why St. Paul in his letter to the Romans would say, you are being grafted into the olive tree, which is Israel. So whatever celebrations we do, there is always for sure an adumbration. No? Technical kayo na nga word, adumbration. Murabag anino. No? Something to do with our connection with the Jewishness of it. Even the use of candles, the use of the holy water. No, daghan kayo nga mga atong buluhaton nga atong nga naandan usahay, no? Nga naay kalambigitan sa sa Jewish religion, because our Lord Jesus Christ was a Jew. No, that's why we are brought into this understanding, the rituals, the rites, the prayers, and everything, the disciplines that we do, we are always going with or doing it with the chosen people. That's the reason why the Lucan Gospel and the literature of St. Luke would easily call the Christian community or the Christian people as the new Israel. Second, the letter E is example. Also to give an interesting focus of what we are not doing today, although we are celebrating it. When Jesus washed the feet of his disciples, he said, I am giving you a model for you to follow. Model actually is example. Now, where is the word example coming from? It actually comes from two words, ex ample. Okay? So, ex is out, ample or ample is many. No? So, gikan sa daghan kaayo. Muna nga moingon gani ka nga, mao ni ang buhaton. For example, in Latin, e.g. Unsa man ang e.g. sa atong gamiton og magsulata? Unsa man ang e.g.? That is not an English expression or what we call abbreviation or acronym. E.g. is exemple gratiae. No, meaning to say, gikan sa daghan kaayo o baga nga panon sa mga panig-ingnan. And this is what Jesus is talking about when he washed the feet of his disciples, to set an example for us to follow. But since we are talking about ex ample, gikan sa kadaghanan, we are not limited only to washing literally the feet of our brothers and sisters. Because there are so many ways to imitate Christ. Today's second reading of the Office of Readings, or yesterday, if my memory, if my memory serves right, St. Augustine was talking about the many ways that we can imitate Christ. So example is not only one, although the purpose of giving an example is to give a simple representation. But when we say example, dili lang usa, dili lang duha, dili lang tulo, kundi daghan ug baga. I remember the letter to the Hebrews talking about we are clouded with a throng of examples. No? Daghan kayo ta nga mga panig-ingnan nga sundugon ang mga santos uban sa ilang nagkalain-lain nga mga hiyas ug mga virtudes, uban sa ilahang mga pag-antos, uban sa ilahang mga matinuuhon, matarong nga pagpuyo sa ilang kinabuhi. So we are actually not at a loss because the examples are so plenty. We only have to embrace, not all immediately, but little by little. And that is what it means to be on a journey. We are imbibing so many things, and for every now and then, we can show this great example. Washing of the feet is the basic principle, but it means to give food to the hungry, to share with those who are sad, even to laugh with those who are happy. Sometimes we add dimension to the rumbling guffaws and everything, the cacophony of people who are enjoying. But it also means to be silent when it is time to be silent, to go the extra mile. That's why there are so many things to talk about. That's why it's called example. And that is what we are celebrating today. Final E is the Eucharist. This celebration will never be complete without anchoring or focusing on the very essence or institution of the Eucharistic celebration itself. Because today, it's called the Mass of the Lord's Supper, is the institution of the sacrament of the Eucharist, the apex, the climax, the height of our Christian lives. But what does Eucharist mean? Eucharist comes from the Greek word eu, meaning good, and charis, meaning gift. So if the gift is good, what is our response? We have to thank. That's the meaning of Eucharist, thanksgiving. In fact, if you are studying the Greek language, the modern Greek or the spoken Greek, when you say to a person, thank you, you say, Eucharisto or Eucharisto. Okay? So that's actually how we express things. We thank profusely. We act graciously. We do gratefully. And that is the very gift that God has given us. And what is that gift? His own life. His suffering for our salvation. When He gave up Himself, God though He was, that is enough reason to be thankful for the Lord. So every time we celebrate the Eucharist, we are always acknowledging the good gift that God has given us. And in return, we also have to give back to God through our brothers and sisters. And here, we can bring in the theme of our celebration for the quincentennial, the 500 years of the coming of Christianity in the Philippines. What is our theme? It's actually even a hashtag thing. Gifted to give. Because the giftedness that we are, the Eucharist that we celebrate, actually has given us, has empowered us, has actually emboldened us, has given us so many things, so many reasons to be able to share. That's why the Latin expression that all seminarians know, those who study Latin, always stands very, very at the heart of this experience. It says, nemo dat quod non habet. Okay? Nemo dat quod non habet. Latin meaning, you cannot give what you do not have. And since God has given us reasons, experiences, the very Eucharist itself, the very gift of Himself for our salvation, we have that. So, why can't we share this to others and with others? So hopefully, this journey, this Passover walk, this Triduum would somehow be put into perspective for this particular year when we come to reflect on the Exodus, the examples, and the Eucharist that would somehow be guides as we go on continuously to the pathways of life in eternum, in eternity, forever and ever. Amen.